Hey, everybody, Coach Troy here. Now, not too long ago at one of the board gaming swap meets, I picked up Tikal. And the reason I got it was simply because I love the artwork. The Mask series, Mexico, Tikal, Java, I think they look amazing. And again, I haven't played Tikal. I hear it's great. I will get to it at some point. But right now, I'm just using it as a display piece. And that got me thinking. I do really like good artwork on board games, like on the boxes, on the covers, because it's hard a lot of times to get people into it, but when they see like something that looks great, they're much more likely to get invested, get involved. So I thought about, out of my games that I have, what are the best looking ones? Now, these aren't the best looking board games overall. These are just the ones I have in my collection. There is a lot of very good artwork out there, but again, I would take way too long. I could probably do a top 100 list of really good-looking board games based on the cover art. But so, again, this is just what I got. And number one critic right here, Opal, wants to say her piece. Yeah, nobody wants to see your butt, cat. All right? All right, well, apparently Opal thinks that she's the best-looking. If it's a looks contest, she wants to be front and center. Yeah, you're one of the reasons why I never get anything done. Alright, looks like she finally decided to leave so I can get on with this list, and good thing she left because in the number 10 spot we got Wingspan! Yeah, a game with birds on it. She might be going crazy. Now, Wingspan, it's a very simple cover here. It's very simple, very nice. Not a whole lot going on, but it sticks out, especially with board games. It's got the simple bird in front. The text is I think perfect. It fits it. It's just like a block, simple, nothing crazy. And the background, I do like how the background, it's not just a white background. It's got that nice blue that fades into a white, looks like clouds. I don't know, just the background with the bird makes it fit. Just that lights and darks. I really like the way that looks. That's a perfect background to me. Maybe a little biased because sometimes when I do some of my painting, that's the kind of back. Oh, and there she is. She saw a bird. So she's back. But it's a game that got board gaming into the mainstream as of late, and I think a big part of that is this cover, how it just looks nice, different. It's not intimidating at all like some board game covers are, like some of those Euros. It's not like just like the brown and beige cover, and it's nothing insane and intense either, like a giant big battle. It's just nice, simple, pleasant to look at, and that's my number 10. Let's see if I continue without getting too distracted here. But in my number 9 spot is a game that I always feel is much better than it should be. The design is very simple, monochromatic, and that is Disney's Villainous. Now, I'm not a fan of Disney. I don't like Disney movies all that much. Some are good, like Robin Hood, but the majority I'm kind of whatever on. But I really like this game. The fact that there's 4 different villains and a billion different expansions. I even like the Star Wars version. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so it's a very solid game. But this picture here, this monochromatic cover here, the artwork on the Villainous is perfect. Just the way you can subtly see it in the background, the gold trim, it just looks nice and it pops. And I don't know. I think the game, just like the game is way better than it should be, I think this cover is way better than it should be. What do you think, Kat? What are your thoughts on this? Another game that I like that I think gets people into board gaming, and that is Villainous. And this next one might be cheating a little bit because, well, it's a game based off a movie. And so the board game cover is just kind of like the movie poster. But still, I really like the way it looks. One of my favorite movies, that's right, Alien, Fate of the Nostromo. In space, nobody can hear you scream. This is effective just like the movie poster was effective. It just looks nice. A very simple design. I have a very beat up box. I don't judge that right there. That's just my copy being pretty beat up right there. But it's got that on the sides too. I like the egg hatching there. And yeah, anything with cats, I'm a little more biased to like. Oh, which reminds me, not just here. Jesus. Someone got a little freaked out there. Shouldn't count towards me actually liking the cover art, but right inside, what's the first thing you see? If Opal can move. Jonesy. Look at that. That's awesome. A bit of a cheat, but that's my number 8. Alien. Now this next game, I'm guessing none of you have ever even heard of. There's a very good chance. Maybe somebody has. Let me know if you have. But I am a fan of just that classical art style. And this is one I just saw at a thrift store, and I had to pick up just cuz. Box of Golf. This is a wooden box, but it just has this nice painting here. Apparently, somebody had this painting, and they made a game based off of it. All right, so they're like, oh, well, I like the painting. It's in here. Actually, it slides off, and you can see there's got several boards that are the different holes for golf, and the game pieces are actually the golfers on there, and there's even a pawn for the golf bag. It's just a dice rolling game where you roll the dice, move your ball along the course. It's pretty simple. Rules come on the back of the cover. Very old school, right? I don't even think it's that old of a game, but I don't know. Anyway, but I just really like the way this cover art looks. I keep it in the study. That's my number 7. Box of Golf. Crazy name, right? Now this next one is one that you might not think of as great artwork when I pull it out, but I just, again, really like the way it looks, think it looks different and pretty cool, and that is Risk Legacy. Now there's a few different reasons why I like this one. I mean, yeah, it's got the cool battle scene, but if you look on this one side, it's kind of got like the outline, like the beginnings of artwork, and as it moves across into the scene, like it's being developed as it goes, So kind of like how you are building the board, like you're building the world, the game as you play, so it kind of hints at that, which I think is neat. I like the spray-painted legacy on there, gives it more of that rugged look. The handle's super cool too, right? I don't know, again, I think this is probably one that not a lot of people would really put up on high on their art list, but yeah, there's just something about it that I really like. Yeah, it's a Risk game, but at least it's a good one. I don't know, I'll just speed past this one really quick so I don't catch too much flack for it, but yeah, I got Risk Legacy on there. So that last one was a little bit busy, right? A lot going on there. So this next one is a little bit simpler, a little bit easier on the eyes, a little more pleasant, I would say, and that is Photosynthesis. I just like the way this game looks on this cover. It's simple, and it really kind of shows what the game is about, right? It's trees trying to gather light. That's a big part of the game right there. And then, if you play this game, it's kind of like an area control. You grow your trees to block out the other trees to get the light and use that light to grow more trees. And it's a little deceptive, too, because it doesn't really show, but it's kind of like a mean, cutthroat game when you're playing it. There's a lot more into that than you might originally think. So I really like the game Photosynthesis a lot. Area control with trees, like who'da thunk it. But the way this looks, like this is simple color, and just the way the light shines down and illuminates that tree. You can see like the darker outline of the forest in the background there. Just the way the name is kind of got that sunlight look to it right there. It just looks really nice. It's pleasant. I don't know. And again, it's deceptively pleasant because this is a mean game. And I'm a sucker for outdoor themes. I got Wingspan on there too, another kind of simple one, but it's nature themed. There's several other that I don't have that I really like parks and whatnot, but this is the one I got. This is the one I like, and that's my number 5, Photosynthesis. All right, in the number 4 spot, we are going old school. We are hitting up the 3M bookshelf games. And again, there's some really bad ones in there, but there's some really nice ones too. Some cool ones that I really like the way they look. But I gotta say that out of all of them, this one is my favorite one, and that is Feudal. Just look at this game here. It could very easily have that terrible look. I mean, product of its time from back in the day here. What is it, 60s? Yeah, this game's from 1967. Oh, seriously, this is what I got to work with today, huh? All right, let's just slide you over here. There's a lot of different little things going on here. It's actually not a bad game. This is a solid one. Pretty decent for back in 1967. But again, the way it looks too, like it comes across. You've got like the pieces on the board. You've got the castle in the background and the title on there, the way it's lined up. Like 3M did a very good job with this particular box. I really like the way it looks, and the fact that it is an older game, it really adds to the whole aesthetic. I think it looks great. One of my favorite, possibly my favorite looking 3M game. I could actually do a whole list. I should do that sometime, ranking the covers of the 3M games. This is my number 4 game right here. And in the 3 spot is a game that is a cooperative, it's almost like cooperative Dixit, where you're going into a haunted house and trying to have somebody give you clues to solve a murder. And that is Mysterium. I just really like this cover here. Yes, it's got that kind of gloomy look, but it's not like straight out horror either. It just gives you a vibe that something ominous is going to happen. And it just looks so good the way the town frames that car, and you see the haunted mansion off in the distance. It's just kind of the impending doom of the travel that you're making up there. I think it looks really good. It is almost got a little bit of that monochromatic look to it, that blue, lots of dark blue there. A lot of the games I like are kind of monochromatic, but this one just has a solid look to it, I think. And it's really kind of telling of the game too. Like the artwork in the game is really cool. Again, it's like Dixit, but spooky. Not like, straight up scary, but it's just got that feel to it because it is ghosts solving a ghost murder. I just think this is a really good looking cover. I pull that out and people sometimes will think that this game is a little more like almost a Lovecraft Cthulhu-esque game by the look of it, and they might not want to do it. So when they actually get to playing, it's a different feel for sure. But I really think it matches the game, and it just looks fantastic. That's why it's my number 3, Mysterium. Now you might have noticed that Tikal has yet to make the list. It should be in the number 1 spot, right? Well, it's not going to be on the list because I decided I'm only going to put one of the mask games on there. And as great as Tikal looks, there's one I like even more, and that's in my 2 spot, and that is Mexica. Yes, this is, again, another game that I have not played. I've heard really good things about it, but I haven't played, but I just keep it because I love the way this looks. Look at this mask. Look at the text for the name. It's not even just straight text. It's got like different things in there. The eyes, the glowing eyes of the statue there that match the text. And you can see in the background here the temples. There's a lot going on here. I think this one looks better than the Tikal one and better than the Java one. This is my favorite of the 3 masks. And I believe this is more just kind of a Euro game of placing canals and temples and scoring points somehow. Again, I haven't played it. I hear good things, but I've yet to actually bust this one out. But that's fine because, again, it looks so good, I think. And the fact that it's this box shape, too, it's like the kind of skinnier, but the longer box. Not like a straight long box from like Monopoly back in the day, but it's got a good size to it. And so I can put it up on the shelf. It displays so nicely. I just think this is incredible looking. Love this one. Love Tikal. Love the Java. Love the Mask series. This is my favorite, though, and that is why it is in the number 2 spot. But if that one is in the 2 spot, then what could possibly be in my number 1 spot, right? What looks better than that particular game? That is a very high bar, in my opinion. But this one, I think, just looks better. And that's the thing, because there were actually several covers to this game, and the one I have is great looking, but I don't even think it's the best one. I think there's an even better one, but I still really like the one I got, and that is Abyss. Come on, just look at this face. Look at this Lord of the Sea right here. When Abyss came out with that artwork showing, I think it made waves. Haha, see what I did there? But no, it was a big deal. It looked so different than a lot of the other artwork that games had, I think. Very unique. And the fact that there was 5 different covers, but they all looked really good. Now the game it's actually a little bit different than what you kind of might be thinking by looking at this. Yes, you are trying to become Lord of the Sea. It's almost Take It to Ride-esque in a certain way because you're taking cards and you're using certain cards to buy your lords right there. Not your routes, but you use your lords. But there are a bunch of different special powers. There's pearls. The artwork just all through the game I think is really good. But just, you take this game out and you set it there for everyone to play and you got this guy staring at you. He's a little intimidating. He's definitely a little bit intimidating, but the game it's actually not too difficult. It's pretty easy to learn. I mean, even my better half, Monica, has played this game and liked it, which, she normally doesn't like anything at all complex. She hates rules, but she enjoyed this game. Yeah, when she saw this, she thought it looked great, but she did not want to play the game because she thought it was going to be too much. It almost has that opposite effect of of Wingspan, where you had the simple bird there. It's kind of inviting, and or this one, I hate to say, might drive some non-gamers away when I think a non-gamer could definitely pick up this game and play it. But this is a fun game, very solid, looks great. It's definitely going to be staying in my collection for quite some time. My favorite looking game out of all the games I got. That is Abyss. So these are some of my favorite looking games. This is just the top 10 I got right now. Again, there's so many more out there, some very good looking ones. I really like the Sleeping Gods cover, for example. I think looks amazing. I got to pick up that game just for that as well, right? And again, art is not the end-all be-all, because just because a game looks good doesn't mean it is good, but it definitely does not hurt to have great artwork be the first thing you see when you look at a game. It definitely helps enhance the experience, right? So tell me, what is your favorite box art for games? Like, what games do you have that you keep just because you like the looks, or you feel that they really enhance the game, or which ones of mine should not have made this list at all? Which ones that I picked that you think just kind of look really ugly? Can you not stand box of golf? I know that's just me, right? Anyway, thanks for listening to me be an art critic for the last few minutes. This is Coach Troy, and I will see y'all next time.